Y'all, Annie and Two-Face getting a divorce. He just came out with it. He was saying in this video that his account was not hacked, because I guess he came out saying that him and Annie wasn't together no more, to let the people know that he was very much serious about that.
Two-Face just announced that himself and Annie are separated and are getting a divorce, and this has gotten the entire internet shaking. Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video we want to talk about Idibia, Macaulay, and Innocent Idibia aka Two-Face. If you don't know what's going on, I'm just going to give you guys like a backstory of what's going on. And if you don't know these two people, please Google is your friend, because I don't know what part you live in. You guys know just like a week ago or so, Young African and Famous dropped, and a lot of people have so much to say about Annie and how she was in the show on Netflix, and everybody were really coming hard on Annie and saying that something is off with her. And guess what? We all were all right that something is off, because clearly now her husband came on social media and posted that they are getting a divorce. And initially when he did the post, there was another post that followed up and said, oh, it was somebody hacked his account, or his account was hacked. But he came out with a video to say, you know what, nobody hacked my account, okay? I said what I said, and it is what it is. And for
yo, my people, man, nobody hacked my account. Let me talk with you, I want to talk. Understand? I come in peace.
For me, the question is why it was Two-Face speaking up about this now, especially now that Annie is getting, people are dragging Annie literally reviewing the show and all that. I just feel like this is giving dogpiling and all that. And mind you, Annie and Two-Face have literally been together for years, or 20-something years if I'm not mistaken. Annie was a woman that centered a man. Annie was a woman that centered her family. Annie did not have any form of identity of herself. And that really shows even in Young, Famous and Africa. Every time a season drop, it's almost like people are then are like, babe, this is not healthy. Like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing? And that show, I feel like the show just really highlighted and even make people to even see more in depth of what it is. I said in my review of that show, talking about how I think Two-Face was not on the show as much because of the press that they get and a lot of the things that people were dragging them for and making Annie to see. But hearing Two-Face coming out to talk about how they are getting a divorce, for me, my heart goes out to Annie, and I hope she's fine. This has gotten the entire internet talking, because there are some people that are saying that give Two-Face grace. There are some people are saying that Annie was also part of the problem. I need you guys to hear this voice note of Annie a couple of years ago.
Everything. I am going to scatter everything. Nobody knows the wrongs of an angry woman. I will ruin everything. Hello, Idibia family. This is Annie. You know, said that I was with my husband today. Peaceful, nothing happened. My husband told me he had a shoot today. Only for him to pack his things and his stupid cousin Frankie helped him plan it. His family does not love me. They hate me. They've been giving me hell for 10 years. Today, my husband packed his things. He lied to me that he was going to shoot. But my husband is on his way to America, planned by himself, F.L. Morigbe, and Frankie. All of this behind my back. I don't deserve this. I don't. I know this is not your business. But I can't call any member of his family. I can't even call his manager. He will not take my call. Because he thinks I'm the reason. He thinks I'm in his way. He thinks I'm in his way. So he, if I would never take my call. He just sent it on his way to America without telling me. Without telling me. He's going to see Pero in America. And his other kids, don't move this car. Park this car. I'm going right now on Instagram Live. I'm going now. I'm done.
Like that, a man would love a woman to hell.
100%.
But maybe he's somewhere.
Yeah.
His dick would just decide something.
No, he's mine, not his dick. It's not his own entity.
Okay, how about you look at it?
Yeah.
He will fuck.
Even if he's married.
But he
and he's
will not
committed.
even give a fuck about that person. He just wants
So
to
is
suck
that
that
us? Yeah, you talking about January or you're talking about yourself? That's what
Is
she's
this
trying to
what you
ask
believe or you're talking about Jimmy?
It's what I believe.
That was her literally crashing out because of this man. So let's go hear people's response to this, and then I'll come back and share my unpopular take on this conversation.
In the midst of me being sick, I know I did not just get on this app and see that Tubaba is divorcing Annie. Like, this just goes to show you, men are horrible. Like, sir, after all you done put her through, you done had, what, 5 kids on her? Got her looking crazy on the show, everybody thinking she might be a dope fiend. And you got the nerve to divorce her? I pray that love never finds me, because ain't no way. Like, ain't no way. I would have divorced him. I really hope for her sake and her kids' sake that she is okay, but ain't no face. Oh my God. This is crazy.
I wholeheartedly believe that sometimes your biggest enemy is the person right next to you. Because with everything going on with Young, Famous, and African, and we know Annie's not really in the best light right now, why would that man feel the need to announce the divorce right now? And then I guess when his team, tries to save face and say, oh, he was hot, this man doubles down by making a video to let the world know, like, oh no, I said what I said. We have been separated and we are getting a divorce. When I tell you that has been her biggest enemy since they got together, because first of all, you got together when she was 15 and you were how old?
24?
Jail. Then you have multiple babies on her before her first, after y'all were married, and during said marriage. And that lady has stuck beside him, has had his back, like defended him to people, only for that man during the time where she's getting dragged on social media to go and embarrass her even more. When I tell you there's a special place in hell for that man, there's a special place. That lady has suffered at the hands of that man who was supposed to be her husband. So I really believe your biggest enemy could be the person right next to you.
I beg all your pardons. Baba is divorcing who? Hey! We have been asking, Anya, you okay? And if this is true, she will not be okay. What? Guys, I was filming content. After that, I went on Twitter and I saw that people were saying that Baba posted something but deleted it. Anything that is true. I said, what is true? What did he post? Let's look at it together. So apparently this was posted. It says, hello to my beautiful people of all federations. Well, this thing I have to say is short but also long. I and Annie have been separated for a while now and currently filed divorce. I would grant a press release soon to say my story. Not because it's anyone's right to know about my personal life, but because I love my people and need them to know my innocence. Not him playing with his name. Or offense. Stay blessed, my people. I love you all. Now, there was a post following that saying that his account was hacked. Just for him to make a video saying that he was not hacked.
People, man, nobody hacked my account. Let me talk with you, I want to talk.
Period.
Understand? I come in peace.
What is going on? I have heard that he has a song coming out soon, already out, called Divorce. So is this PR? If whatever it is, don't play with Annie like that. I know Annie will not be in on this if it was fake, because she doesn't play about her marriage. One thing that we've learned from Young, Famous, and African, my man, thank you to my man. Even when there's nothing to be grateful for when it comes to Tubaba, she will thank him. So I don't want to believe it's real. But guys, let me know your thoughts.
Hey, everywhere is hot. So Two-Face Idibia just took to Instagram to announce that his divorce with Annie Idibia. He even added and said they have been separated for a while now. So you can see that when she was filming Young, Famous, and African, they were actually battling with marital problems. Listen, that explains why Annie Idibia was acting like that. All that abnormal mannerism that she was performing, all the twitching of her head, that explains it now. That lady was going through a lot and is still going through a lot. I can only just imagine what she's going through now, that it's all in the public. Annie, you will be fine. Marriage is not the end of the world. You will be fine. You have your kids to hang on to. You're going to be all right. Dust it off and move on. Whatever thing is happening to you, whatever marriage is crumbling, it's not the end of the world. Dust it and move on. That woman is going through a lot. I can just imagine. When you've built your whole existence on a man, this is what happens when
That's
it's
it.
crumbling. You
That
will
is it.
crash.
Crumble with it, yeah.
You know, she has built her whole existence on that man. Like she cannot breathe without that man. This is what happens.
While we were here talking shit about Annie and like calling her out about doing drugs or whatever we called her out on the show for, Annie is now filing for divorce. We don't know if she's filing for divorce or Two-Face is filing for divorce, but
like
Two-Face has
Two-Face.
officially made it. He just said it. He said like they're no longer together. They're separated. Kind of makes sense because now that the show is like all over the place on Netflix, all of a sudden she doesn't post on Instagram. We know that the reason why they're on that show to start with is to get the notice. And it's important that when the show is ongoing on Netflix, your Instagram keeps popping because that's when the ads can come in, right? But she doesn't post. So she's quiet. And a lot of times I thought that maybe it was because of the, negative comments on the internet about her. But it's not. She was going through real shit. We need to be careful what we say to people because we don't even know what people are going through at the time that they're going through it.
True.
I feel bad. She is going through a divorce. And what pains me the most is the fact that her family means a lot to her. She's somebody that I don't think she can be anything but just a mother and a wife. That's what I think. Because Annie has never been Annie. Annie is more of Two-Face's wife than an actress. You get what I'm trying to say? So losing that can mean a lot to her, really. I don't know where she is right now mentally. But at the same time, I just hope that she's doing well. Because Two-Face is somebody Annie has known all her life. And when I say all her life, I mean her whole adult life. Because since she became an adult, she's been with Two-Face, right? She's been a mother and Two-Face's wife. She's gone through all this criticism, this insults, this look. People just look down on her because of what she's been able to take from this man. I don't know what their situation was. I'm not trying to say anybody was wrong or right, but she no longer has all that makes her Annie Idibia. Who is she now? And I cannot help but wonder, this videos were dropping, we're talking about her, what I'm doing right now, is it doing her any good or harm? Really, because at this point, does she even want to see this kind of videos? Does she even want to hear what we're doing? Does she want to hear us saying she does drugs, she did this, she did what to Zara? Does she want to hear that? And that's why I said that Young, Famous, and African is one of the biggest shows in Africa yet. Take it.
Yo, bless for my people. Nobody hacked my accounts. I'm here with you.
Did it twice.
Thank you very much. Bless you.
Annie Idibia, breathe. This is for the best. As far as I'm concerned, this is for the best.
Yep.
Dare everyone who will come across this video, be you male or female, the worst thing that can happen to you in this life is to invest so much, everything you have in another human being, and then leave yourself out. The worst thing that can happen to you is to invest your love, your time, your happiness, hoping that another human being will make you happy, and then leave yourself behind while you're doing it. Ignore yourself, ignore your self-esteem, ignore your self-worth, and ignore every single value you should be fighting for. Ignore every single respect you should give to yourself. No matter what, only invest in who invests in you. Do not invest everything in any human being. Reserve some for yourself. I'm too angry making this video. If I sit down here and start cussing out Annie, that would be a total waste of time, and I'm not helping her situation. But all I'm saying here, Annie, it is for the best. It's going to hurt at this moment. It will hurt. You will cry all the cry. But I think it's high time you discover who Annie is. I think it's high time you think of yourself. I think it's high time you need to step away from the shadows of innocent Idibia. I think it's high time you look for yourself where you lost yourself. I think it's high time you become you again. You become Annie the
She was
actress.
never Annie.
There is
She was
nothing here.
never Annie.
Is it going to hurt? No, be today will begin to see heartbreak. But you're going to stand up and get up strong. I pray you have good friends around you. I pray you have people that can really stand there and wrap their arms around you and provide shelter and the peace you're looking for you. Yes, I support this 100%. I think it's high time because this lady has invested everything and left nothing for herself. I think it's high time she find herself.
Sorry, I'm shouting. I'm just too upset. More wisdom to some of you.
Hi, yo. It's been a minute. I mean, I stopped, right? Okay, now straight to it. These people have been trending. Why? Because of this man. I'm just gonna cut to the chase, right? Ladies, women, girls, whatever you do in this life, always choose yourself first. I mean, nobody's in the marriage with them, right? I'm not in the marriage, we are not there. But it's one thing to be emotionally intelligent. It's one thing to be empathetic. It's one thing to be intelligent, and it's one thing to be emotionally intelligent. Actually, IQ is different from EQ. So now, of all times, of all moments that Two-Face Idibia chose to come out to announce his divorce from his wife. It's now when people are bashing her. Funny how I've never even watched this Young, Rich and Famous show. I have never watched it. But one thing I know for sure is I've been scrolling online and I know Annie Idibia has been dragged for a while. And I know she's being dragged. I mean, I know it's because of the show that I have never watched. And the reason why I didn't even pay attention to the dragging is because I don't like when I see a lady being dragged. And when I read the comments and it has to be with emotions, burst of emotions and all of that. And I know that's what she's going through right now. Victim or no victim, I don't know. But the fact that Two-Face chose to be insensitive, to come out now and talk about their divorce, putting her up for more drags, is saying, stay away from me. Honestly speaking. Because, I mean, we can't do without this gender, but because it's a point where you have to choose, always choose yourself first. Because I saw a post where someone said Annie has been dating Two-Face since she was 15 years old. Allegedly. I'm not sure of that information.
That's true. She said it.
Allegedly.
It's true.
And while Two-Face was in his 20s, she was like 15. And then people are saying she put up for it. She decided to do it as a choice. I mean, do you know what it means to be in love with someone when you were 15? Go back to your life and think about the first love you had, 15 and above. And then up till this moment. I mean, we all know how much Annie carries this marriage on her head. We all know how Annie has been dragged. We all know this, the nonsense that followed their marriage. But of all times, let's say, okay, they have both decided that they want to go separate ways. Innocence is not trying to be innocent. Innocence is trying to innocently put his ex-wife up for drags. Ladies, stay away from a man that continues to rubbish you over and over and over again.
They won't listen. They won't listen.
I'm actually pained. Like, I'm really pained. Bye, guys.
Honestly, I'm not taking this divorce of Annie and Two-Face, lightly, and I'm not even taking it as a clout. Like I said in my past, in the other video I posted, Two-Face is not a celebrity that chases clout. And this is a particular family that we have been seeing a lot of irregularities. Aside from Annie's behavior, a lot of irregularities. There was a time, that they were trending just like this. I think that was 2 years ago or something, that Two-Face ran away from the house, came to US. And I think Annie went live and was really violent and was saying that this and that and all of those things. The truth of the matter here is that I understand that it takes both parties to have a failed marriage. But my pain here, make her no lie, and my emotions is literally all over the place because I'm not taking this lightly. I'm not even happy with this news at all because we have been saying this, that something was wrong. Honey, why did you lose yourself this much? Why did she lose herself?
She never had herself.
Why did she lose herself? I am a strong advocate of women adding value to themselves, having their own source of income while being respectful to their husband. I do not belong to that school of thought that have your money and be rude to your husband. No, have your money. Have your things to yourself. Go back to school if you have to. Get your degree. Put your life in order while being under the umbrella of your husband.
Why being respectful to your husband, that even if you are the breadwinner, you have to submit to the authority of your husband. That is my ideology. If you have ever, seen some of my videos, I always say that as a woman, get something doing. If it is that 5,000 naira business, hold on to it, build it, guide it jealously, go back to school, get certification. Annie lost herself. Very beautiful, skilled young lady, lost her talent. We all saw her decline. And I think I made a video about her. I think that was 2 years ago. We all saw her decline. It's like when you are plotting a graph and you saw the graph at its peak and the graph just went down and just went low. That is where my pain is coming from. Imagine if Annie had built a brand. Annie is the first
more than
set
that.
of celebrity wife in Nigeria. See the younger ones that are even just, coming up now. You see what those ladies are doing for themselves. What did Annie do? I don't even think she has any endorsements. I don't think she has any form of endorsements. She was singing, she was modeling, she was acting movies, she was doing a lot of things. She just let everything go. Now how will she pick up herself? That is just my pain in this whole divorce. That is my pain, and I cannot even hide this. And it is not funny.
My opinion on this conversation is going to be so unpopular, and also I'm also going to really deep dive into the entire situation, the background of Annie, like just a little bit go back to when Annie was young, and also where it is now and how she came across online on TV, how we're just going to dissect all that. But please go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this conversation, this story down in the comment section. But one thing I want to say is that Two-Face definitely want to dogpile on Annie and all the press she's getting from the show Young, Famous and African. She's not getting the good press because a lot of people are saying that she's on drugs, da 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 da. I get it. I did a video, but I saw those things, but it was something that I'm not that type of person that want to bring another woman down or really emphasize on all the negativity about a woman that is going it. And that was something I identified that Annie was going. So I want to know your own take down in the comment section. Go down in the comment section and share your thought. And guys, sorry about the background noise you're hearing. There's a construction going on next to me and it's really loud. Please. Okay. So here is my own good. I want you guys to see this clip of this creator really highlighting some of the headline that this marriage has gotten on this couple.
Before you judge Two-Face, before you judge Annie, listen to this. 3 years ago, Facebook Premium Times, Annie Macaulay's brother attacks Two Baba's mom. Brother. 2021, September, Annie pours Two-Face food, wine, may stab him to death. Charles Idibia. This was on Idoma Voice newspaper. 2021, September, Linda Ikeji blog, Two Baba's unusual silence while his younger brother exchanged words. 2021, September, Annie stabs Two-Face while asleep, locks doors against mother-in-law. 2021, September, you have no respect for your husband. Two-Face brother slams Annie Idibia. 2021, November, Tribune Online. I'm sorry I broke your heart. Annie Idibia apologizes to Two-Face. If you really love Two-Face and you truly love Annie, you will say a prayer for them.
So you can clearly see like something is off here, and it was a thing that everybody has noticed even before Young, African and Famous. It was something that a lot of people, especially in Nigeria here, had noticed, and everybody has given it a side in the relationship and what was going on. A lot of the time they always come and kiki kaka and say it was all rumor. And then some people are saying that Annie, like the alleged thing, like, oh, Annie met Two-Face or started dating Two-Face when she was a child, allegedly. It was not when, it's not allegedly. Annie admitted it with her full chest in an interview, which I'm going to play for you guys to know.
Interesting
Any
about your story,
Idibia
if I
interview,
remember
part
correctly, and I must
1.
say my viewers, is the fact that this is what they call true love. True love, for want of a better word. It is. You met your husband as a teenager.
That's right.
You know, tell me about that first day. The first day you said, it was not even a star. You didn't think it was going to be a star, did you? You knew.
But Auntie Sister, I've told you this before.
Yes, we have not told my viewers at home before. There's the wedding picture. And there's your little girl as the little bride.
That's actually her cousin. That's not her.
Oh, okay, that's her cousin.
Yes, Sanaya, yes. It's my brother-in-law's daughter.
Was it an expensive wedding?
Quite expensive. But you know, that wedding was just the way I wanted my wedding to look like. I always wanted to get married like open air on the beach or maybe garden, you know. So finally I got my dream wedding, yeah.
You know, but finally you got your dream wedding. You'd been with this guy for up to about 16 years. No, how many years now?
Yes, about that, yes.
About that?
99.
1999. Let's do some maths. Did you pass maths in school?
I tried. I did.
You tried. But then it was not like, I mean, I remember your mom used to say, sit down at home, don't follow this boy.
Well, I was young. And then, of course, every mom would want to try to protect their teenage daughter and all that. So, yeah, that was what happened with him. But I used to, like, really hide him a lot. Because, you know, I was a teenager. I'm not saying you guys should do that, teenagers.
Because you have a 7-year-old now.
Yes, I do have a 7 years old, so it was wrong. But then, yeah, that's how it happened.
So that's another interview of Annie admitting that she and Two-Face started getting together when she was a child. And a lot of time in my society, in my culture, in Nigeria, in Nigeria is a thing that is normal, that a 14, 15 years old girl in high school will be dating a adult that is, won't dating, I mean, that's disgusting, will be abused by an adult that is in their early 20s, and it's been seen very, very common. I know of so many young girls, and I know of so many people that this has happened, and it's a normal thing in my society, in which for me it is disgusting. I did the Nazaya case and everybody was talking, but in my society it just seems like, okay, you people call it fast. They don't call it fast. She's about rounding up secondary school, and he probably just finished secondary school. He's trying to get into the university. Okay, people see it as a normal thing, which for me it's really heartbroken. I have this friend where we were growing up. She's in her late 30s now. She had a young man abuse her, but still to date, she still sees that young man that abused her as a child when she was 13, 14. She still sees that young man as the first love of her life. I remember like 2 years ago, she came to my house and we were just talking, and being who I am, I had to highlight that experience because I was there firsthand. I saw the experience. I saw all the drama that comes with it and all the hurts that comes with it, and how she still talk highly of this man. And I actually sat down like, do you know that you have no business having anything with that man? And she was like, yeah, but he's the love of my life. She went to the extent of even start looking for that man, because even when she was an adult, she was searching for this man. When she got into the university, she was looking for this man because in her head, she felt that that was the love of her life. And I had to sit her down to say, you know what, do you know that you are being abused, or you were being abused, and that was not love at all? Still to date, as I'm talking to you, she still cannot comprehend that that was an abuse. She was 13, probably 12 years old when this man that was 20 years plus in his 20s was a 12, 13 years old child. Yes. And there are lots of cases like this. I also have another young girl now. She's married to this man. And the truth is that a lot of these predators, a lot of these young girls that were being abused are married to their predators, to people that prey on them as children. And you can just see how that would just be that abuse and abuser situation where you now feel like your life is involved around this person and you don't see yourself outside of that person. And I feel like that's what happened to Annie. Annie was, a lot of people say, is being groomed. Annie was that young girl that her abuser became her entire world, her center. And a lot of women are in this place where, because they always attach my first to like my ever, like even if it's bad, they were going to stick it to the end. And this is a very common act in my society, in my culture. I have seen this, and seeing Annie and how Annie has moved and where she is, and Two-Face being the one to announce the supposed separation and divorce, for me, my heart breaks for her, because I can just imagine what she's going through, because this is a woman that has centered this man, centered her abuser. Because some people are saying that yes, she has her own, yes, oh, she was part of the problem in the marriage and all that, and I get it. She literally lived her entire life for this relationship. Her entire life, she lived it for this relationship, because that was the only thing that she thought brings her joy. And let's even look back to, why would a young girl be looking for a relationship? Because some people will call it fast, some people will call it, oh, she just wanted to be spoiled. No, it also have to do a lot about how she was raised. Was there love at home? Like some people say, oh, even if there's love at home, some children just wants to be fast. There's always something missing about a young girl that finds that void and try to look for that void outside and think that it's a man that's going to give it to her, especially when the home is unstable. A lot of young girls that I know this thing has happened to, like I said, I know a lot of girls that these things have happened to, a lot of young girls it happened to, is that most times they don't feel loved at home. Most times they don't feel seen or heard, or being shown affections at home, and they just feel like being married and being with a man will fill those void and bring total happiness to them. And this is why century men is a big thing in my culture, in my society, in my country, because like I said, things like this, because a lot of the time these children were not planned. Not planned. A lot of people that have these children did not have the children in mind to now start being emotionally intelligent, navigate emotions, mental state, and all that. They just breed and they start raising children. And I feel like that is a strong reason why probably Annie was out there looking for love, and she met Two-Face, and that has become who she is and what she is, and that has shadowed her. And we can see how Two-Face has continuously disrespect her every single day, but she will not leave. And whether you like it or not, probably she has grown now, because yes, she was a child being abused by an adult, okay? And now that she has grown and now her life is involved around this man, now she's hearing people's opinion. There's a syndrome, I can't remember that syndrome you talk about when your abuser and all that. Please, somebody mind me down in the comment section. So she's unpacking a lot of things, and if she hasn't done therapy, it's going to really be hard for her to navigate her feelings and emotion, because at this point, she really thinks deep down that this is where her life is. This is like, she can't lose now. I've given all my life to this. I can start all over again. This is who I am. I cannot. And then get to the place when people are telling her that you accepting this is not normal. You agreeing to this is not normal. Imagine a man saying that it is normal for a man to just sleep with just anything. He's saying it because that is what he really believes, because he was saying it on camera. People could hear him. He knows people are going to see that clip. There were other people there. He said it. And Annie was just sitting down there. It's a more deeper issue for her. My heart goes out to Honey, because I can only imagine where she's at now. Even me, myself, when I went on this journey where I was deconstructing a lot of things, trying to know myself and all that, the fact that I have to start decentering my husband at that time, it was really hard for me, because whether I like it or not, this is somebody that I've known almost all my life. So it was really hard for me to start looking for my own identity and my own self and my own voice and everything, because everything in my head, being raised up or being with this man, was always tied to him. We have to do this together. We have to travel together. We have to. I get how hard it will be for her, and especially now that it seems like it's Two-Face that is filing for a divorce, because I don't know, I feel like Two-Face filed for this divorce because he's the one speaking out about it, and she's in hiding, literally. She's in hiding. Nobody's saying anything. She's not saying anything. She hasn't said anything. Even when her show dropped, she hasn't said anything. And for me, I just feel like people should give her grace. People should understand that she has been abused. And I know people say like, yes, okay, she was abused. So now that she's a grown woman, she's 40, so she did not see that she was abused and then stand up for herself. It's deeper than that, guys. It is way deeper than that. And I really hope that people give her grace in this time where she is going through it, because Annie is going through it. Whether we want to accept it or not, Annie is going through it. And this is why here on this channel, we always talk about how women should decenter men, especially young women should decenter men, because Annie really thought, like, Annie is ready to stand through thick and thin for this marriage just for the fact that she has a man, and her being all about my. Ladies, I don't say having a man is a bad thing. I don't say wishing to have a man, a partner, somebody to do life for it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But you having somebody you call a man that keeps on disrespecting you, that does not build with you, that is not a partner, but rather just keep bringing you hurt and pain over and over again, that is not it. And you can't do anything because he is the center of your world. No. This is where I call upon ladies to center yourself. Center yourself. Go do the work. Do the work. Go to therapy. Like, I'm a big advocate of therapy. Go do the work and talk to someone and unpack your trauma, unpack your childhood trauma, unpack your what they call it, your inner child. Like, I know what my inner child needs, and so when some certain things happen and my inner child is crying and screaming for certain things, I know that's my inner child, and I know those things will hold my inner child. But also, I'm able to navigate and understand that I am the main character of my life, and I have to navigate life. But to see Annie in this state really breaks my heart, honestly, guys. So anyway, guys, I want to know your own take down in the comment section. Go ahead and share your thoughts, but please be respectful. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.